We close this course where California politics ultimately runs on money and on the deep question of whether one-party dominance can deliver real accountability. Let's examine campaign finance and then step back to the big picture. California's campaign finance regulator is the Fair Political Practices Commission, created in 1974. It administers contribution limits and disclosure, but here's the crucial structural feature. Contribution limits apply to direct donations to candidates, capped at a few $1,000s, but no limits apply to ballot measure committees or to independent expenditure committees that operate without coordinating with candidates. So a wealthy individual capped at giving a candidate a few $1,000s can give unlimited sums to an independent committee campaigning for that same candidate. The practical effect is that California's limits prevent direct quid pro quo corruption while leaving the overall flow of money essentially unconstrained. The scale is extraordinary. The most consequential actors are organized labor, especially the California Teachers Association, the most politically active state teachers union in the country, and SEIU, along with the increasingly powerful tech sector, and ballot initiatives where no limits apply or where the money is most distinctive. Proposition 22 in 2020, backed by Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash, generated $224 million, the most expensive ballot measure in history. As we saw earlier in the course, the defense of the status quo is systematically advantaged. It's easier to scare voters into voting no than to persuade them to vote yes, so well-funded opposition is more effective per dollar. There's also dark money. Certain nonprofit organizations can spend on politics without disclosing their donors. And the 2021 Supreme Court decision in Americans for Prosperity Foundation versus Bonta limited California's ability to compel nonprofit donor disclosure, strengthening the position of dark money in the state. This brings us to the fundamental question and the conclusion of our entire course. Does one-party dominance, even when the dominant party reflects the demographic majority, produce the accountability that competitive democracy is supposed to generate? Democratic theory says electoral competition is the primary accountability mechanism, but in California, the Republican collapse has largely eliminated general election accountability. The substitutes, primary competition, the initiative process, redistricting reform, and a declining free press, none fully replicate genuine two-party competition. California's record under Democratic dominance is genuinely mixed. Real achievements in climate, healthcare, and civil rights, alongside the worst housing affordability, the highest cost of living adjusted poverty rate, and the largest homeless population of any major state. Whether those failures reflect the inherent difficulty of the problems or the absence of competitive pressure is a question the state's electoral dynamics cannot answer, because the competitive alternative has stopped functioning. The California that emerges from this course is neither the utopia its champions describe, nor the failed state its critics portray. It is a profoundly complex democracy, navigating genuinely difficult challenges with institutions that are sometimes adequate and sometimes not, and doing so in public under democratic accountability, which is the most any system of government can promise.